How are we doing, everyone? How are we doing? Merry Christmas, first of all. Welcome along to the stream, the live preview for Hull City versus Blackburn Rovers. If I sound a bit weird, don't worry. I've just got my retainers in. So we'll plough on regardless. Here we go. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Ashley. Merry Christmas, Ethan. Merry Christmas, Owen. How are we doing, everyone? We'll give it another minute or so for a few more people to come in the stream, and then we'll get going because I have some big takeover news to share with you all. Some of you may well have seen it, but this is some big stuff. This is some very, very big stuff. Whew. Merry Christmas, Billy. How you doing, mate? So yeah, we'll give it another minute or so, and we'll get some people, people to come on in, show the faces, and we can just plough on. We can just plough on. Ex-Arsenal chairman has come to help out. Right, it's not just that and more. We'll go with this takeover update then. So after the Nottingham Forest game last week, at which the sporting director of football, who is going to be the director of football when the takeover happens, a man by the name of Tan Kessler, he was at the Forest game. He's been at under-23s games as well. He returned back to Istanbul, I believe it was Monday. Immediately afterwards, yesterday, he is back on a plane coming back to England. Now, I assume that is because, one, he's heard about the reported lockdown, and he's worried that if he's not in the country, the takeover won't get done as soon as they'd like. And what he's done is he's cancelled his Christmas plans with his family in Istanbul to come here and get this deal over the line. Acun is in Turkey doing what he usually would do. He's got some stuff. But Tan Kessler is trying to get this deal over the line. And it's come out today, according to Hull Live, Hull Daily Mail, that this takeover is a matter of days away. It is a matter of days away, and that is the most exciting thing. It's unlikely to be done before business closes on Christmas Eve. Business will close on Christmas Eve about 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish. Then, don't expect to hear anything. I'd expect very little on Christmas Day too, but Boxing Day, the 27th, the 28th, 29th, expect something, is my advice. It will hopefully be done between Christmas and New Year, but Kessler is over here to try and get this deal done before the start of 2022. So in the January window, money can be spent. If they want to get a new manager in, they can. Acun can make all the necessary changes to his team and put them in different roles at the club. Yeah, it's going to be great. And also, as Ashley, retainer, lisp. As Ashley mentioned, ex-Arsenal owner, co-chairman, and Premier League ambassador David Dean is working alongside Ilichali. He's working alongside Kessler to try and get this deal done. Having a man of his experience, of his know-how of the English game, will only be helpful in getting that deal done. It's big. There is a lot of big stuff. I will just quickly check now that there's been no more updates. Yeah, having knowledgeable folk like David Dean helping get this takeover done is only positive, because of what he knows. So yeah, it says here, article from today, Tan Kessler, the proposed new director of football at the club post-takeover, is holding talks with the Alam's Turkish media mogul Acun Ilicali aims to get a completion of the deal over Christmas. It has now emerged that the Turkish businessman and TV personality has been seeking help and advice from well-known football administrator in this country in an effort to expedite the deal process and to allow new ownership to find their feet quickly. Hull Live can reveal former Arsenal chief exec David Dein is working with Ilicali in an advisory role to help smooth the Turkish businessman's arrival into English football. He's been helping in their discussions with the EFL, which have been overwhelmingly positive. He's an ambassador to the Premier League, an ambassador of the FA. Dean is one of the most respected and well-known figures in English football, having also played a key role in the creation of the Premier League. While not directly involved in the takeover talks, it's understood the ex-Arsenal co-owner has been a big help to Ilicali in his dealings with the EFL and in offering advice about the steps once the takeover has been concluded. So, yeah, it looks good. It looks very, very good. No official statement from the club yet, but it's looking good. It's expected to be done in the next few days. So just sit back. It's gonna happen. These things take time. Just do not worry. I'll see if I can find any more little nuggets of info for you while we're here. There is some more stuff on managers. Actually, and on the 15th of December, this time last week, Acun and Ihab Alam met for dinner in London at the Amazonico restaurant. Acun described it as nice topics, nice dinner. And in his latest Instagram post on that very same day, he said, "The moment I landed, I felt the great energy of this beautiful city. After I see the Turkish flags on the streets on Twitter, I'm sure that we will become one of the few clubs with a very strong ties, like a family. I hope that our dreams will come true very soon." Yes. Yeah. It's good. It's good. On the manager front, Shota Arveladze, the long-time link for the manager's job once the takeover happens, said something like, the allegations with Hull City, I assume he means rumours there, that's just lost in translation, will all be revealed soon or something like that. But also, reports in Turkey are saying that former Besiktas manager, I think he might still be current Besiktas manager, I don't know. Anyway, he's called Sergen Yalçın. He's a potential managerial option for City. He won the Turkish League and Cup double last season with Besiktas. And he was also pictured with Acun Ilicali earlier this year. Shota Arveladze has been to Fenerbahce games with Ilicali. He's been everywhere. So who knows? Anyway, hopefully not boxing down, getting drunk then. Nice. Owen's with me again. Okay. Score predictions, we'll get on to them. That be at the end, high peeps. I don't know what you're referring to there, Max. Sorry. Merry Christmas, Lewis. Thank you, mate. Hope you're well. Cliff Burns, Barmy Army, indeed. On that note, then, we'll get quickly on to team news, where Alfie Jones, hamstring, and Louis Coyle, ankle, are both making good progress towards a return from injury. Jones could return in the first few games of 2022, with Louis Coyle looking more at a mid-February return, but he's hopeful of earlier. Brandon Fleming is also almost back to full fitness after a long spell out with a rather ominously named leg injury. Fleming has played a good chunk of minutes for the under-23s recently, but he still needs a few more games for them to reach full match fitness. But he's been back in full training with the group out on the grass training fully for about a month. Josh Emmanuel remains absent for reasons we don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll find out soon. Manager Grant McCann has tested positive for COVID-19, so assistant manager Cliff Byrne will take charge of the Tigers in this game, in this weekend on Sunday. Byrne confirmed in his pre-match press conference that there have been some positive COVID tests in both the playing and non-playing staff. He did not reveal the names of those who have tested positive. So it's a massive guessing game. It is just a massive guessing game. At the moment, with regards to that, Ref Watch then, I'll just spat everywhere. Ref Watch then, I'll try and get on with this as quickly as possible because I know you're all probably doing things because it's Christmas Eve and all that stuff. So the referee then is Thomas Bramble. The two liners are James Wilson and Nick Barnard, with the fourth official being Ross Joyce. Moving on then to stats. These are taken from our last game against Nottingham Forest. I've seen some chat messages. I'll look at them very soon, don't worry. We had less of the ball than them, so therefore made less passes. You'd expect that. We did have more shots than them, though, which is really weird to say because they dominated for large periods. Tackles, we made more than them, but we did have to do more defending. And we committed more fouls than they did. Of course. Was I buffering? If I was buffering, I apologise. But I hope you caught all I said about the takeover and team news and all that stuff. It was on a banner on the bottom, so even if I was buffering, if you couldn't hear me, you could probably see the banner. Up the Tigers, Merry Christmas. Adjun Ilichali, Barmy Army. Also, Merry Christmas. Cheers. Moving on then. We've done stats. Let's have a look at head-to-head battles then, which, as you will come to expect by now, it is just us looking through the teams. The Blackburn team, more specifically in this case, with it being head-to-head. So that I believe they start with Thomas Kaminski in goal. And if I remember correctly, they play with a back three. And maybe Ayala scored against us last time. I'd maybe expect him. Jean-Paul Van Heck is playing very well for them at the moment, as is Darren Lenihan. And there's Wharton as well, who started their last game. In the midfield, in fact, no, wing-backs first. They tend to go with Nyambe and Harry Pickering. You don't really tend to see much change for that across the season. In the midfield, in the last game against Birmingham, it was Joe Rothwell and Lewis that's Bradley Dack and Lewis Travis. But the options they've got, Bradley Johnson's good, Davenport's good, Kadra, I think he can play through the middle and wide. Tyrese Dolan tends to play more wide as well, I think, but could play in the cam role. Then Kadra could go up front as well. They've got a lot of options, but the main man is, of course, Ben Brereton Diaz. He's their main man. He's the one who we need to look out for, I'd say, when we're looking at their team as a whole. He's their danger man. Ben Brereton Diaz versus Deshaun Bernard. I went to Blackburn where we had good chance, but Blackburn's passing opened us up too much. What I remember about that game is our changes were reactive. Tony Mowbray made 2 proactive changes, which won them the game. And then it was too late. They went 2-0 up with 2 goals in quick succession in the second half. And then we made our changes too late. That's just how it went. Current form now then. This is going to go very weird for you for just a second as I change over. There we go. So their form then. We'll have a look at their last 5 specifically. 2 4-0 wins, 2 1-0 wins, and a 2-0 win. Beat Bournemouth 2-0. Blackburn are on a mad one. They beat Sheffield United before that and Bristol City before that. So they're unbeaten in 2, 4, 6, 7 games. And it's 1 defeat in 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 1 defeat in 10 games. That was 7-0 to Fulham at the start of November. Since then, they have massively kicked on. They've not been beaten. They're on a fantastic run. So are we. We've had 1 defeat in 7. That being the Nottingham Forest game. But ever since this Barnsley game, we've kicked on as well. That's when our fortunes changed. We had to change system there due to various things. But we've kept with a 3-back all the way through here, and it's done as well. I just hope that now we've lost, Grant doesn't instruct Cliff to revert back to the 4-3-3. And when he's back from his isolation period, I hope he's not. I hope he doesn't revert back to the 4-3-3, because it's clear that does not work at all. Is football coming home in 22? Yeah. This time next year, where I'll be, hold on. I've got something here which I have a feeling all of you lot might like. Can I find it? Yeah, I found it. I'm just going to say, this time next year, we'll be holding this aloft. We will be holding this aloft. If you're wondering why it's got a plinth on the bottom, that's because I bought it and you can see it's World Cup 2014 in Brazil. I bought this on the FA Cup final day from the England shop at Wembley, just before we went and shat that tournament down the pisser. Ben Brereton Diaz will rip our defence apart. No, he won't. We'll be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. Trust me. I've got a really itchy head, so you're going to see the mess that is my hair once I put this on. I'm going out with it, so I couldn't be bothered to do it. And yeah, I have just had it cut. But yeah, I still need something to cover it while I'm streaming for you lot. Yeah. Still a bit long at the back here though. Could have done a better job with that. I'll tell him that when I'm next in. Probably in about 3 months' time, because we're going into lockdown. Anyway, the league table then. Blackburn are rocketing up the league. They are 3 points off the top. Fulham going on a drawing streak. Bournemouth going on a losing and drawing streak. West Brom are so mishy-mashy this year. And then it's this top 4, and QPR are way behind. And it's hard to believe Nottingham Forest are 7th when you consider the mess they were in at the start of the season. And Middlesbrough as well. How are they 9th? Anyway, we are still... That's 4 points clear of the relegation zone. But these 3 results... We needed more. And we need to get back with some victories very, very ASAP. Predicted 11, Baxter, Greaves, Bernard, McLaughlin, Smallwood, Huddleston, Longman, KLP, Honeyman, Wilkes, McGuinness. Is that a 4-3? No. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what you're doing now, Max. I'm ready for Christmas Day. Yes, I am, Dean. 9 points or so separate top 6 and us. Yeah, it's tight. It always is in this league. It's always really, really tight. My ears look massive when I wear this hat like this. Jesus Christ. I mean, they're massive anyway, but, you know. See you later, Aaron. Merry Christmas, mate. Have a good one. Moving on to around the grounds then. Where is it? There it is. We have had some postponements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games are off. Leaving just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 standing. So the games postponed are Barnsley versus Stoke, Preston Sheffield United, Peterborough Reading, Millwall Swansea, Fulham Birmingham and Cardiff Coventry. The games remaining are on Boxing Day. Middlesbrough versus Nottingham Forest, Luton versus Bristol City, Hull City versus Blackburn, and Huddersfield versus Blackpool. On the 27th, Derby will play West Brom at 3 o'clock, and QPR will play Bournemouth at 5:30. All of the games remaining on Boxing Day are 3 o'clock kickoffs. Moving on to memorable match now. Then I'll just quickly read this comment. With your hat on, you look like an elf. Thanks. Thanks, Dean. I'll just tuck that in there. And I now, my hearing is now muffled. Fantastic. You know what? We'll put this one on. This one's looser, and it's got a Hull City logo on it. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Memorable match. We'll go for this one. Our last win against these guys. We've not won since January 2018 against these guys. It was in the FA Cup third round. A 1-0 win at Ewood Park. Ola Aina with the goal. Our team that day was David Marshall in goal. The back four was Ola Aina, Fikayo Tomori, Michael Hector, and Max Clark. Kevin Stewart and Marcus Henriksen were the holding mids, with John Torral and Jared Bowen the wingers. Evandro was the attacking midfielder. Adama Diamande was up front. The bench was Alan McGregor, Jackson Irvine, David Myler, Fraser Campbell, Josh Claxton, and Tyler Hamilton. Manager that day was Nigel Adkins. And then, quickly, prediction, as I said in my preview yesterday, Hull with a goal from Lewis Potter, 1, Blackburn 2, Diaz and Dak with their goals. If we get a point, and at least Birmingham lose, will be 3 points behind them and Sheffield United. Yeah, I see that as my camera goes out of focus again, so we'll move on to last time out so you lot don't notice it. We lost 2-0 at Ewood Park in September. That was the team that day. They played a fallback that day, interestingly enough. And yeah, our team that day, pretty familiar, as you'd come to expect. The 4-3-3. Yeah. And then the record, our record against these guys, supplied by 11 v 11. That's a hell of a lot of adverts, my lord. Okay. Nope. Thank you. So, you know what? We'll scroll down to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have lost every single game we've played against these guys of our last 5. Our last win was on the 6th of January 2018. From there on, we were unbeaten against them in 4. But, yeah. Don't look good, does it? Does not look good. 1-0 Hull. Keane, Lewis Potter. I still remember the night we lost 4-0. I think it was 3 that. I turned it off to watch Love Island in the second half. That's when all the action happened. Bloody hell. And what was I doing watching Love Island? Honestly, we were cheating against Forest, not a loss in my book. The table will say it's a loss. But yeah, the ref was shit. The ref was absolutely shite. On to shared shirts now then. Last thing before we get onto the predicted teams. I've nicked this from, I think this was one of the last times I did a video preview. All the way back in about September. Shows how busy I am with everything this year. Shared shirts. As you can see there, that's from the other stuff. That's from the last game. It was Corey Evans. So we had him between 2010 and 2013 on loan from Man United. A total of 9 goals in 113 appearances across his loan spell and his permanent spell. He left us to join Blackburn for them. 197 appearances and 4 goals. Not too bad for Corey Evans. It should have been a draw, actually, if you analyse it better. Martin slipped trying to shoot and kicked Honeyman in the ankle. Then got a bit cramp or something, so it was disgrace. Yeah. It was a disgrace. It was a disgrace. And then the second goal, Bernard just headed the initial ball clear, forgot about the second ball that Brennan Johnson was stood right in front of him. Okay, whatever. Anyway, my predicted 11 now then. We'll go for the 3-5-2 with Baxter in goal. Centre backs McLaughlin, Bernard and Greaves. Right wing back Longman, left wing back Lewis Potter. Centre mid Smallwood, Honeyman, Doherty. I think Cliff will change it up and go for Smith and Eves. The bench, Ingram, Elder, that should say Wilkes, Cannon, Monka, Williams and Huddleston. In fact, swap Cannon for McGuinness. I've made a massive typo in that, but yeah. Anyway, predicted score. I can see us grabbing a goal, but I don't see us getting all 3 points. I'll be happy with a point. That's all I'll say. All right then. And we'll leave it at that. I'll let you lot get on with your Christmas days. By the way, after I analysed the penalty appeal, I shouted you out and revisit the champion stream and go up straight. Nice, Max. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. I'll let you get on with your Christmas Eves now. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later. Goodbye.